It's Adrian. Just before we get you to this episode, do me a favor and head over to pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site to make the pageant industry safe, transparent, and fair. Three things that I know it is most of the time, but it's not like that all of the time. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, enter your email address, it's completely free, and let's get you to this episode. Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project, and my special guest for today is Hannah Steinfeld. Hannah, welcome to the show.
Thank you. How are you today?
Now, Hannah is coming. I'm doing very well. Hannah is coming to us from Melbourne. We've had a few Melburnian Miss World Australia interviews recently. I was just asking Hannah how Melbourne is going. So, how is everything going down in Melbourne with the weather? With it's the footy coming? No, not the footy. The
Yeah,
AFL
it is.
Grand Final
The
coming up.
AFL Grand Final.
How's
Yeah,
everything
so
going
we've
down
got
in
the
Melbourne?
long weekend this weekend, which is good. I guess everyone gets a public holiday, but because of lockdown, I feel like we've all been on a month, 2 month, 3 month long holiday with everything going on. But hopefully restrictions will ease off soon and we'll be able to go back to normal.
Are you a footy fan, an AFL fan at all? I mean, I feel like most Melburnians have to be.
My grandpa's gonna
That's a
kill
no.
me if he ever watches this, but so he came
That's a
from
no, isn't
Italy.
it?
Yeah,
Right.
it's a no. He came from Italy and he really got into the footy, and so he goes for Collingwood. So my family goes for Collingwood. Um, but I'm not a big fan of like watching the game. I sort of just like go team in the background.
That's fair enough. I mean, yeah, some people in Melbourne might not like that answer, but I don't know. I for one more enjoy playing the sport than watching it. So I'm with you that one. Do you want to just update everyone on what's happening with Melbourne lockdown? Because I interview people from all around the world, and at the moment, Europe is going back into lockdown, record numbers. America is pretty much as bad. How's everything going down in Melbourne? Because you guys had the curfew, but it's recently changed.
Yeah, so recently we've got a 25-kilometer radius rule where we're only allowed to go in that 25 kilometers. We also have gotten rid of our curfew, which is really great because the curfew was pretty horrible. But hopefully, due to the averages being put down to 5.4, we should be able to go back to normal once it hits 5. So I'm hoping, praying on my lucky stars that we can go back and that everything will go back to normal.
And how have you found lockdown? Have you found it tough? Have you found it okay?
Look, there has been days where it's been a bit up and down. So some days I'm like, yes, I get to chill at home in my pajamas, get to hang out with like my puppy because I got a new puppy. But other times it's just a bit like you feel like you're doing the same thing every single day and there's like no
Yeah.
change of environment and it just gets a bit like weary on you. So yeah, always good to call friends and family and FaceTime them and see what's going on in everyone else's lives.
And about your puppy, do you want to tell us about your new puppy? Because when you sent your initial video through, you were saying you were getting a puppy and now you have said puppy. So
Yes.
what is a puppy's name? Tell us all. Is it a him? Is it a her? What breed?
Yeah, so her name is Honey. She's a Moodle, a toy Moodle, so she'll stay really little. She's like a beigey caramel color, so that's why I sort of called her Honey. She's 8 weeks old, and she's just the cutest thing in the world. Like you look at her and you're just like, it looks like a teddy bear. She's literally a live teddy bear. She's the cutest, and she's brightened up my days like majorly.
Well, I can imagine. I mean, if a cute little puppy doesn't brighten up your days, then nothing's going to work, right? Um,
What would?
yeah, exactly. I'm not particularly up to date with dog breeds. A Moodle, obviously, the back part is poodle. What's the M in it? Is it
So it's a
Maltese?
Maltese Shih Tzu, yeah. So it's a hyperallergenic dog, so it doesn't shed much.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. But that would also explain, I guess, why it's pretty small, right? Because the poodle is
yeah,
not huge, and then a Maltese, Maltese Shih Tzu is quite they're quite small as well, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I wasn't sure how big she was going to grow to until I met the parents, and the parents were like pretty
Oh,
small
yeah.
dogs, like both of them were. And I was like, score, gonna have a little puppy for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
No
What plans do you
discrimination.
what plans do you have? Are you going to be carrying her around in like a little carry case? Are you going to take her around everywhere, take her on play dates? Like, what plans already do you have for your fur child?
My fur child. So, well, it's really hard at the moment because of lockdown.
Yeah.
So it's hard because I was like, oh yeah, like I'll go to puppy school, I'll take her everywhere with me, like I'll introduce her to friends and family, and but it's really hard. But yeah, she gets her injections on the 18th of November, her second
Okay.
injections. So she'll be able to interact and, go outside and go on walks and stuff, which I'm looking
Okay.
forward to.
I'll bet. Yep, sounds good. Now, guys who've tuned in, because I can see a bunch of you have tuned in, if you haven't seen any of my interviews before, if you have any questions for Hannah, put them in the comments and I can bring them on screen and pass them on. Or even if you just have any messages of support, I'm sure you appreciate them. Hannah, why don't we start with the easy question, which is your pageant history? So, how did you get involved in the crazy, crazy world of pageantry to begin with? And obviously, to the point now, you're Miss World Australia state finalist. But how did you get involved in pageantry to begin
So in 2019, I was with a modeling agency called Royale Models.
with?
Um,
Models. Yeah.
they were Sydney based and they didn't have much Melbourne work. So they posted on their page and they're like, Melbourne girls, Sydney girls, everyone in Australia, if you want to apply for Miss World, like we can get you in pretty quickly for the state finals, which was in 2019. And I was like, never done a pageant before in my life. Why not give it a go? Like, see what it's about. Like you always watch the movies, you always watch the TV shows about pageants, and like it was nice to actually like take that step and do it.
Yeah.
So I competed and I made it through to states, but I didn't make it any further than states. And I believe personally that the reason I didn't make it through was because, for one, I didn't know what I was doing. It was just my first pageant. Like I was sort of just a bit airy fairy about it. And for two, I didn't have that sort of drive, like that motive that I do now.
Hmm.
Like now I'm more like it's all about charity work. It's all about bringing happiness and joy into other people's lives and being the best version of yourself that you can be. Like whereas in the past, like I didn't know any of that, so it made it really difficult for me to compete.
So you're relatively new. I mean, this is your second year, but just
Yeah.
back to last year, that was your first time. What did you think when you first, I guess 2019, we didn't have lockdown, obviously. So when you got to the location and you saw these other girls, I'm imagining some of them had had pageant experience before, some of them were probably pretty green like yourself. What was your first impression? Did you think like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? Or were you like, oh my God, this is actually completely different to what I thought it would be? Or a mix?
So it was definitely a mix. I Before I walked in there, I was thinking to myself, "Oh my gosh, are the girls gonna be like catty? Are they gonna be a bit crazy? Like, what's gonna happen?" And then I walked in, and everyone was just so welcoming and so lovely. Like we all really, really got along backstage, which was really lovely. And some of the girls that had been doing it for longer, I know you did an interview with Clara.
Hmm. Yep, I
Like
remember so.
yeah, one of the amazing things that I really loved about her was that everyone else was eating like light snacks, snacks that don't bloat you, and then she just, oh, my Uber Eats is here. I'll grab a bag of chips and hey, does anyone want some chips? I was like, this girl is so cool. Like she's totally different to everyone else. Like just happy to be herself and not afraid to show it. So I was like, this is like what I want to do. And she's obviously been doing it for so many years now. I was like, well, it's an inspiration to be like that.
What part did you find the most surprising when you went in? I mean, was it the fact that the girls were nice and all got along, or was it something else?
Um, Surprising would probably be the amount of information that all the girls that had been doing it for so long knew. Like they all knew who won last year, who came runner up, what the judges' names were, like all the information, all the pageant information. And I was like a newbie and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Huh? Who's that? What? like I didn't understand any of it. I was like, this is interesting. Like a lot of like, not like politics, but like a lot of like pageant, what would you say, like,
Well, there's a lot of information. It's just background
yeah,
information. Yeah.
yeah,
There's a lot of pageant fanatics out there as well whose job is simply to keep a list and a memory of everyone who's won and participated ever.
yeah.
What aspect did you find the most challenging? I mean, Miss World Australia, obviously.
Uh-oh, did I lose him? Hello,
Can you hear me?
hello.
Anna, are you there?
I think
Anna,
I
can you hear
lost
me?
you. I can hear you.
I can hear you, but your video has frozen. Let me just try and.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Can
can
you,
you see me now?
am I back?
You're back. Am I moving and sounding normal?
You're
Okay,
moving and
perfect.
sounding normal.
Okay, yeah, this is my um
Vogue.
Australian internet. It's horrible.
It is.
So I was just talking about the part that you found the most challenging. So it's at Miss World Australia. Obviously, it's not just the walking part and the modeling part. There's
Mhm.
speaking parts. There's charity parts. So what aspect did you find the most challenging within the summer?
Um, so there was two major aspects that I found really challenging. The first was interview. I sometimes, like when you're in front of a crowd of people, you get a bit nervous and it's harder to speak properly and you just, what was I going to say? But, but, um, like I've done lots of acting and stuff in the past, like through school and like out of side musical theatre. So that was okay. I managed to put a handle on my nerves for that one. But the second thing
Yeah,
that was really challenging was the charity work. Like I'd never done it before, never raised funds for anything besides like school projects and
hmm
things like that. So it was really difficult to sort of ask people for money. Like it's not
yeah,
like it's sort of a touchy topic. Like you don't want to ask people for money. So you've got to think of creative, like innovative ways that you can get people to get involved and interested in your campaign.
absolutely. And that's only become harder in 2020 because obviously
Mm.
there's a lot of people, frankly, who've been put out of work. So going into it this year, obviously 2020 is not a normal year for anything, including pageantry. How are you going into it differently? You mentioned that the interview made you a bit nervous, and that you found the fundraising was brand new to you. I don't know if it's fair to say it's a struggle, but when you're doing something for the first time, it's going to be difficult. So how have you approached things differently this year?
So this year I have gotten in touch with a pageant coach, Esma. She was the
There's
2017, I think.
Mipaloda.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
yep.
I've gotten in touch with her. We're going to work on some things. I've been doing a lot of like online sort of courses for pageantry. There's like a lot of
hmm
free courses that like I never really knew were out there. They sort of
Yeah,
work on mainly like personal development, like how to challenge yourself on a daily basis to get those small challenges to build up to the big ones. So I'm doing that and also working really hard on my charity. So I've been asking my mom, I've been asking friends and families like of ways that I can get people to bring in money rather than just asking them for money.
right. Have you had any sort of brainwaves so far, like running online events, trivia nights? I mean, those are things that I have seen done around. So, do you have any plans that is bringing in money or doing charity work at the moment?
Yes, yes, so I do. My mom, she's like the smartest woman in the world, such a lovely businesswoman. She said to me, she's like, Hannah, play to your strengths. She goes, every smart businesswoman knows no matter how simple it is, you have to play towards your strength. And I was like, okay, like, where's this going? She goes, what's
Yeah,
your strengths? And I'm like, I like makeup. She goes, Hannah, you're doing a course in beauty. She goes, you've always loved beauty. She goes, everyone is in quarantine right now. They're all going to want post quarantine treatments. So
Hmm.
because I'm doing my course in beauty, like I'm almost like a qualified beautician. Well, I will be soon.
Mhm.
So she goes, why don't you charge people like friends and family half price on what they'd usually pay, give them a full treatment at home, and then ask them to donate. So charge the prices for the treatments and get donations through that. And I was like, wow, you're so smart. And that way
Yeah,
I don't feel bad about asking people for the money because I've given them a free service in exchange.
yeah, you've given them something rather than just
Yeah,
asking them to just give money for nothing. I mean, even though
yeah,
donating is, it comes from a good place, you feel better that
yeah.
you've given them something, which I completely understand. The one that I've heard of, and some friends in the UK did it. If you're into makeup, they actually did a makeup masterclass. So if you're actually able to hire
Ooh,
out a venue, and then you can
yes.
have a model sit up on a high chair in front of everyone, because you'd be surprised at how many pageant girls don't actually know how to do their makeup. Like I
Yeah,
would, I just figured that everyone who's in pageantry, you have to know how to do your makeup because it's such an important part. But a
yeah.
lot of the girls aren't confident in doing it. So you could do a makeup masterclass. It worked very
Like
well over in the
even friends and
UK.
family, like we
Yeah,
at beauty school we work on like mature age skin, how to do makeup to make you look
hmm,
younger. Like those sort of things. Like I feel like I could invite my grandma, my auntie, my friends and family, like next door neighbors, all that
yeah.
stuff. They'd all be very interested in it. So I think that's a really
You
good idea.
you could invite all the other Miss World Australia finalists. Certainly, all the ones that I've interviewed, they're all happy to support a good cause.
Exactly.
So if you do that, and because I got to remember, because the UK at the moment pretty much has gone back into lockdown, but Australia's sort of
Mm,
coming out of it, especially you guys in Melbourne. So if you are actually able to hire a small venue, and then you can socially distance the chairs or whatever need be, but that could be a really good way of raising funds and really helping out
definitely.
some people. Well, so, coming into, I mean, we don't really know when the pageant is going to be because everything is still up in the air. But going into it for the second time this year, do you have any particular goals for yourself as to, okay, you already made state finals.
Hmm.
Would you only be happy if you made national finals, or have you looked even further than that?
Look, I'm going to say the right thing that I should say right now. I will be happy with whatever I do. It's the work and the effort that I put in. But what I really want to say is I want to make it to finals. Like I want to be there. I want to get through states and make it internationals with everyone. That's my main goal. Like I want to be up there.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think
Just
that's what
humble.
Well, you can still be humble and still say that that's what you want. The two don't have to be,
Yeah.
mutually exclusive. So, how do you feel, on that note, how do you feel that you've changed as a person or improved as a person or grown as a person since state finals last
Definitely with charity work, actually putting in effort in to like get funds raised. Secondly, doing actual actions like getting a pageant coach, doing things online to help myself, going on walks every day. One issue that I struggle with myself a lot that I've actually just realized is that I have short bursts of motivation. So, one thing that I'm really trying to challenge myself to do, especially from the lead up to this pageant, is to consistently do routines like going on walks, eating healthy. It doesn't have to be the healthiest diet in the world, but a balance that's healthy and sustainable. Like that is one of the big goals that I have. Just being able to push through and make my motivation like leveled, not just like a roller coaster.
That's been pretty difficult for everyone, though, during lockdown. I think everyone has
Yeah.
had ups and downs. So, I mean, in terms of that, what's your pageant preparation? What has that involved for you this year? You mentioned trying to eat a bit healthier, going for walks. You've got your pageant coach. What else have you been doing to get prepared?
Um, a lot of like online social media things. So you're also judged on your online presence. So I've been trying my best. We don't really have. So the girls that competed on the online event, they got all the products from the sponsors.
Hmm.
So the girls that did it, so I did mine at the end of 2019 to get into this
Yeah,
round. So we didn't really get that much of like the care packages. So I'm just sort of trying to like figure out ways which I can like improve my online presence for Miss World Australia without like all the promotional things, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
said brand.
absolutely. Were you in the same final not last year, but the final that got you through to where you are now? Were you actually in the same final as Ella?
Yeah, Ella and I competed together.
Yeah, because she put up a story just the other day that it was a memory from a year ago. Just to give people some context as to how Corona has screwed everything up. Your preliminary final was actually already a year ago, and we've still got the
Yeah,
same pageant year going on. And
yeah.
who knows when it's actually going to finish. But if you want to have a look at, and I'm sure you have, like Clara's, and we already talked about Clara, but her social media. She won last year, Miss World Australia, the social media presence. So if you want a
Mm.
good example to follow, follow what she's doing, because
Well,
obviously they loved it.
Clara is like a big inspiration for me. Like I don't really talk about it, and I don't really tell her because it's kind of creepy. But yeah, she's a big inspiration of mine.
I'm sure if you tell her, she will be very, very okay with it. And if she goes on to win, she better be okay with it. But she's a
Yeah.
lovely girl. But she's also very, very determined. And I know she does a lot of
Yes.
work in social as well, which is one of the reasons she's so good at it. So anyone
Yeah.
watching, if you want an idea, any Miss World or pageant girls watching, if you want an idea as to how to structure your social media, check out Clara's social. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but Hannah, in terms of everything outside of pageantry, give us an idea of what keeps you busy outside of the crazy world of pageantry and outside having a new puppy. What else do you do in your daily life?
So I'm usually doing uni 4 days a week, so Monday to Thursday. So the online courses at the moment due to COVID, but we're going back into the school soon, which should be really good. And outside of that, usually just seeing friends and family, going for brunch, um, just trying to keep myself busy, I guess.
Do you have any hobbies apart from brunch? I mean, brunch could be a hobby, but I mean, do you have
Brunch is
any
a
other
good
hobbies?
hobby. I do like eating, so I play guitar and I like to sing. And my friend, she
Awesome.
does dancing, so I'm trying to like as a part of like the motivation for everyday things. I'm trying to learn a new trick every single week. So this week she's got me doing foites, which is like basically like a pirouette, but you do multiple
And then
turns
you
and your
kick,
leg goes out. Yeah.
and you can just learn that as a trick in 1 week. It only takes one
So,
week to learn how to do that.
oh, guess who's come to visit us?
Your puppy, honey.
Yes.
My God.
I put um I put a barricade, so I don't even know how she got through. She's determined.
He looks like a little draft excluder.
She
She's
looks
so
like a
cute.
little teddy bear, doesn't she?
Oh, oh,
Sorry.
she's so well behaved as well. She's not yapping or anything. Um,
No, she's pretty
well,
good.
I've not had a dog for a long time. Can the dog just sit in your lap and she'll sit there and be
Oh,
well
she's sitting
behaved?
here
If it was
now.
a
Yeah,
cat,
she'll just sit and
yeah.
sleep.
Hopefully she stays that way.
Yeah, she just loves snuggles.
But anyway, so you were saying that can you actually learn this ballet move in a week? Can you? Because I figured it would take a lot longer than that to learn that. At least for me, it would.
So, I did classical ballet from the age of, I think it was 4 to about 14 or 13 or something.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I
So you
did a
got
bit
10
of
years. Okay,
musical.
that's cheating. Okay,
Yeah,
you
it's a bit of
you know what you're doing.
cheating. Yeah.
10
I'm not
years.
that, like, I'm pretty rusty at it, but that's like why I'm sort of doing like a new trick each week to sort of build it up. And then hopefully, if I get through to nationals, I might do put each of those skills into the dance, like for talent.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're going to do dancing for your talent, the
I don't
talent level.
know, either singing or dancing, but I think because I'm like trying to focus on the goal of doing something every single week and doing that consistently, to be more meaningful to me to do the dance and have
Yeah.
all those tricks that I've like built up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, I saw a TikTok today in terms of learning new tricks, and there's a TikTok that was showing you how to build your brain. See if you can do this. You might have to let Honey go.
Oh,
So
is this the
you
thumb thing?
did you try it?
Ah, I tried
I
it.
was I was looking at it going, it was so easy, and then I'm looking at my hand going, hang on, I've done this.
I
So
know, I
for those of you who
know.
are watching at home, you have to have one hand. I've got to back up. One hand with pinky and the other hand with your thumb, and then you have to
Wait.
swap with with. I've been practicing this more
I
than I've.
keep doing this.
That's what I mean. I
Like,
end up going like this. All right, so have a
oh,
go for it. Show us how good you are.
I can't do it. Okay,
So,
that's the
yeah,
thumb. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, and now, but yeah, it's really hard, isn't it?
It's so
I'll get it going. What
hard.
talking about it? So, have you done that one where you pat yourself on the head
Oh,
and you got to
yeah,
rub your stomach? Yes, yeah, I
yeah.
can do that one. But
I can do
yeah,
that one. Yeah. Can
but
you do any other cool tricks, like party tricks?
uh, not much. I'm not. I don't think so. I have some unusual talents, but they don't. They certainly wouldn't go well on TikTok. Um, I've I've interviewed people who have some really weird talents, like
Like
double
what?
jointed. Well, double jointed
Really?
is one that gets. I interviewed an American queen actually for the second time, and literally her elbow can bend backwards, which is not good. There was also another girl who can bend her thumb back to
Oh,
her
I
hand,
can do that.
but yeah, yeah. Maybe just do that for your talent section. Look, I can break my thumb.
Hello, I
Uh,
can do this.
have you learned any TikTok dances during lockdown? Because I feel that's something everyone's been doing.
Not really. I haven't really been into the TikTok dances.
Really?
However, when I did, so I do modeling for Edge Models, and I was working with Yamaha,
Hmm.
a few months back, and these two girls got up on, they had like this stage thing that we were doing like this event on. These two girls got up on the stage like, can we do a TikTok dance with you? Can we do a TikTok dance? I can't
Yeah.
even remember what dance it was, but it was like, why don't you say so? It was like, and they taught me the dance, and we all did it for a video. So that was fun.
Okay. I mean, I think I saw a photo of you on it was near motor. I don't know if there was a motorbike in it, but was that the Yamaha event? Because you look like you were
Yeah,
wearing sort of like biker. I can't exactly. Yeah,
attire.
but
Yeah,
yeah, it looked appropriately sporty. Is
yeah.
modeling a is something that you want to pursue maybe full time, part time, or is it just something that you're doing?
I'm short. I'm really short. Too short to be a model, like, and get
We
into the
can't
big
tell on a
agencies.
webcam. You could be 7 foot tall. Exactly,
I'm a
seven. You look
giant. I'm a
short because you're
giant,
down here.
definitely.
All
No,
right, so
I'm
own it, loud and
actually,
proud. How tall are you?
I am 169 centimeters.
That's not that short. That's average height in Australia.
It's average, but it's not like enough to get into like Chadwick's or all those sort of modeling
Five foot
companies and
ten. Five
agencies.
foot ten.
But
Okay,
I'm with
yeah.
my beloved Edge Models. My heart lies with them, and they book me for many jobs. So much love to Edge Models.
Was it a struggle for you coming to terms with the fact, and this might sound silly to some people, but the fact that you're not like that 5 foot 10, which is where, the Victoria's Secret models want to be. Was that a struggle for you to sort of accept that you weren't ever going to get there?
100%.
I'm assuming that's not you making the noise, by the way.
Oh no, it's not. She's playing, honey. She's playing on the ground. It actually was really like sort of like it sort of let me down. Like I was like, come on, keep growing, keep growing. I can do this. Like keep growing, but like I never ended up growing that much. I think you got to work with what you have. I think
Yeah,
pageantry is one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I can rock what I have. I can do everything online. I can do pageants, and although I'm not working for like big runway model companies, I'm happy with what I have, and I'm happy with the body that I'm like made in.
that's amazing. Important. I mean, obviously, you're super young. Have you given
Yeah.
any thought to where you want to be in a year from now? Like, assuming COVID goes away next, right? Have you given any thought to where you want to be, let's say, in a year's time, 5 years, just overall?
So yeah, so in about a year's time, I want to be done with my beauty course, and I want to be working part time while studying my nursing degree. So my overall goal is like besides pageantry, besides modeling, overall goal is to become a cosmetic nurse and do injectables and like facial treatments, help people with like acne and skin problems, aging, that sort of stuff. So like I want to be able to like help people with their confidence.
Are you okay with needles if you're going to be doing it?
Yeah.
I'd hope so. Otherwise, you're going to find it a very challenging
Oh,
industry to get into if you're not
100%.
good with.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
How's Honey going? Still there?
She's nibbling on my finger, and it's the only way I'm keeping her quiet. Because you just want to play, don't you?
She's bonded to you so much already. How long have you had her for? Like a week? 2 weeks?
Um, Probably like I got her, so I've had her for a week and a day or something. And she's
Right.
just attached like to the shoulder. Like she'll want to sleep on me all the time.
Yeah. Hannah, just in terms of shout outs, and then we can go through to the final 10 questions. Are there any shout outs or thank yous you want to say to anyone for supporting you along your journey, pageant, and just in life in general?
Life in general, I would like to shout out my friends. So I believe that my friends are my strongest form of family at the moment, to me personally. My best friend Terry, she has literally brightened my world since I met her and inspired me to be a really good version of myself. So big shout out to her and big shout out to all my friends from Ali, who I'm also doing the beauty course with. We're all like helping each other build our way to success. So big shout out to all of them and obviously friends and family and grandparents and mum and dad and honey.
Do you have a large extended family?
Um, I do have a large family, but we're not often in touch.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry,
I'm always a bit jealous.
she's chewing my little flag
Well,
thingy.
thank God you're not wearing your sash because you'd be chewing your sash.
She's like,
And then you'd have holes in your sash, and that might be difficult to explain. But
Chelsea, Miss World, can I please have another sash?
yeah, my last one got holes in it. Okay. Hannah, let's wrap this up. Final 10 questions. So, question the what is your favorite
My favorite word?
word?
Um, Probably perseverance. I reckon perseverance because one, it sounds good. It has a nice roll out of the tongue. And two, it means a lot. Persevere with something and keep going and don't give up when,
Yeah,
people are telling you you should.
sure. What about question two? What is your least favorite?
Oh, definitely mucus. It is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. It actually, the word sounds disgusting. And it just reminds you of
Yeah.
just, like, just mucus. It's gross.
For a second, I was sure you were going to say moist because anytime anyone answers that question and it starts with m, I'm just going, it's
M-
going to be a moist. It's going to be
Moist,
a moist
yeah.
one.
Look, moist doesn't really bother me. It's just, I don't say it much because I know it bothers a lot of people.
But you're different to me then. I say it a lot simply because I know it bothers a lot of people just to get the reaction.
Just
But that's
despite
so.
them.
Not to spite them as much, just to watch them squirm. Some literally
Squirm,
just
yeah.
can't say it. But I agree, mucus is not a pleasant word.
It
So
isn't. It
that's
really
fair enough.
isn't.
Question three. In life, what gets you excited? What turns you on?
Number one.
Uh-oh.
um, at the moment, she's number one. Number two would be good weather. I love it when it's good weather and it's sunny outside and it's just,
Mm,
yes, I can take on the day. Yes, I can do what I need to do. And it just inspires you to like be outside and do things, like get things done.
why I'm so glad that A, I live in Australia, but B, it's going into summer. Because who wants to deal with
Yes,
lockdown in
definitely.
where um, it's not fair. Can you just hold Honey up again and show us her belly? I just look at it, look at that little belly.
You've got such a cute little belly. Just cover your privates.
Yeah, protect her modesty. Okay, so question 2 is what turns you on. Question 4, what turns you off?
Lies. I don't like it when people lie to me, if it's even just like a small little white lie. Like if a friend's like, oh, hey, sorry, I can't catch up today. Like I'm seeing my grandma. She's sick. And then you realize that, like, not like that's ever happened. Like, it's just a fake scenario.
Yeah,
But I'm like, honesty is the key. Like, I'll never get upset at anyone if they're honest with me. Like, I just believe that honesty is respect.
fair enough.
Like, tell me
Question,
if I have spinach in my teeth.
I'll remember. You don't at the moment, though. So you're all good at the moment. There's nothing between your teeth
Thank
or,
you.
there is a puppy in your hand. I think you know
Yes.
that one. Question 5, what sound or noise do you love?
um, I love the sound of rainforests. Like, have you ever listened to rainforest soundtracks?
The sound of insects, chirping of birds, maybe like a waterfall?
Yes, like the dropping of water. I love that. Like, it literally makes me go to sleep. It makes me feel relaxed and calm, and like
Yeah,
I can picture myself just in like serenity.
yeah.
So that's my
That's a
favorite
good one.
sound.
Yeah, absolutely. Question 6, what sound or noise do you hate?
Polystyrene. Ugh,
Oh, the squeaky,
ugh.
pulling it out of the
I,
cardboard box, and it's like that
it's
squeaky,
disgusting.
squeaky,
It
and
is honestly disgusting. I cannot, like, I feel like it just feels like a dentist is like grinding my teeth and my head is just like dry and I'm just like, no.
I have YouTube up on this, and just what
Stop,
how do you
don't you
spell
dare.
how do you
No.
spell styrofoam? Oh, look at that. The second result is
Oh,
styrofoam
great.
squeak. It's 1 hour of styrofoam squeaking. Okay, right. Yeah, this is the thing. You can't believe what you can find on YouTube. There's literally a video of 1 hour of styrofoam squeaking.
I go in this interview to talk to you about pageant and you bully me with polystyrene noises.
Here's an idea for a pageant fundraiser. Pay Hannah to listen to that video from beginning to
Oh,
end. 1 hour of styrofoam squeaking. Guess how
I
many
would.
Hannah, guess how many views that video has. It's been up for a
How
year.
many?
Have a guess.
4 million?
Not quite that bad. 43,000 people have watched.
Ugh, there's some weird people in this world.
I found an even better one. 10 hours of styrofoam. Your face.
It's like,
Okay.
crickets.
Let's move on, and I can just click that
Yeah,
noise in
let's move
at some
on.
other time. Yeah. All right. Question 7. If you could have any one superpower, what would you pick? Why?
I would pick shape-shifting because you can put yourself in the body of anyone else or anyone else's shoes for the day and experience how they would feel on a daily basis. And also, you'd be able to be a fish, you'd be able to see the oceans. Like, you could see, like, from a different point of
Yeah.
view, how to fix things in the world. You could, like, see all the pollution, see how it's affecting different animals, see how things affect different people. Like, you could make a real big difference if you could experience what other people are dealing with and what they're feeling.
You could become a friend for honey.
Oh yeah, I quit. I really quit. She's
Question
chewing
8.
on me.
What job or occupation other than your own would you most like?
Sorry, I just missed the last bit of that question. What was it?
I'll just say the whole thing again. What job or occupation other than your own would you most like?
I missed the last bit again. It's just the last word. It just cut out.
Oh, what job other than your own would you most like to attempt?
Oh, modeling. I have job at modeling, but I would love to do like big editorial modeling, like magazine shoots, billboard shoots, that sort of stuff. Like that would be amazing. Or if I could sing better than I can now, I would love to like do singing like on concert stage, like la, la, la. That would be so cool. Like everyone put your lighters up in the air, like or your iPhones up in the air.
Do you have a favorite genre to sing? I know you said you've been practicing singing. Do you have any favorite genres?
Um, so my favorite at the moment, like when I first started singing, on guitar, I used to like play a lot of Taylor Swift. I used to love her.
Mhm.
But now it's sort of gotten more like challenging myself with like Alicia Keys, like a bit of Beyonce, like more like soulful music, like
Yeah.
R&B. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what
Awesome.
I'm listening to
Awesome.
at the moment.
Okay. All right. Question 9. What job would you definitely not like?
Hmm. Oh, ugh, okay. This is like a bit of a yucky one, but I could never work at like a slaughterhouse. Like I just love animals too much, and I could never like ever work somewhere like that. Like I just feel like I would have a huge burden on my chest every single minute of the day. That's like
Yeah.
a sad one, but it's true.
Well, I mean, it's also very real. I mean, all of
Yeah,
us,
it
or a lot of us,
is.
eat a lot of meat. And if you see the way that animals, not so much in Australia, but definitely in America, because they've got to
Yeah.
slaughter animals at a larger scale. And if you see
Mm.
the machines that they use, see what happens, it doesn't quite go right.
Yeah, definitely.
I, I think there's an old saying that if slaughterhouses had glass walls, everyone would be taken care of. So
Yeah,
I take
yeah,
your point.
definitely.
Uh, Final question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at it?
I'm actually quite religious. I'm a Christian, so the one thing that I would like to hear from God would be "Welcome home, my child." Like you're home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Hannah and Honey,
And
that's
honey.
about it. So it's so cute. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me here and asking me all these questions.
I will refrain from playing any more styrofoam sounds, although I've got to say
Please
it's right.
do.
It's looking
Please
at me
do.
right there. Please do refrain or please do play. Just
Refrain. Refrain.
just to clarify, because I wouldn't want to disappoint you. If you want me to play
uh,
it, I'm more than happy to play it.
no, I'm
Um,
good. I'm good.
okay, good to know. All right, Hannah, I'll keep you on the line for just a second whilst I hang up with the audience. But thanks to everyone for watching, whether it's live or on the replay, and we will speak to you again next time.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Adrian again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to head up to pageantlaunch.com to join the launch team for our pageant review site. All you have to do is enter your email address. It's completely free. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with your friends and follow us on all our socials. Thanks, and see you next time.